Managers, you're saying it the wrong way. Instead of saying any of this, I want you to try this instead. Let's get into the video. Instead of saying the report is appalling, this is not what I asked you for, you need to redo it. This is quite confrontational. Instead, what you should be saying is, let's talk about the report and go over the expectations. And if you need any help, I can organize this. Here, the keywords are talk. Having a two-way conversation allows for both parties to talk about the expectations, and providing a timeline and offering support always helps. The next one is, you're not as good as X at Y, and I need you to be more like them. Stop comparing your employees to each other. Instead, what you should be doing is saying this: there is a standard that I would love to explain to you. Maybe this person can help train you. Here, the keyword is standard, where you're talking about expectations and standards, asking them to align. And instead of name dropping in a negative way, what you're doing instead is offering help from the person who is doing the better job, so who is setting the standard that you would like. The next one is, I don't expect to have to explain basic instructions is part of your usual role. Now, we see this all the time, managers expecting certain outputs from their employees because they assume this to be part of their usual role, but it's not often transparent to the employee. So instead, say this: there seems to be some confusion. Let's organize a chat about expectations and how you see your role. Here, what you're doing is you're opening again two-way communication, asking for a chat. But also, you're not shying away from talking about discrepancies. You're asking to open conversations on how the person sees their role, so that way you can both align. The next one is, your performance has massively declined and this is unacceptable. We need to talk about this. Now, it's not wrong to talk about a declining performance, but what you should be saying instead is, I've noticed a difference in your work. So you're talking about the difference without scrutinizing. And I wanted to find out, firstly, if you're okay, and secondly, if you need any help. Here, the keyword is difference. We're not saying shy away from talking about discrepancies or a change in work output. But as managers, we want you to firstly find out if the person is okay. Now, that can be an obligation depending on your circumstances and the person's circumstances. But secondly, offering help is always beneficial. This is the way that you will get output from your team, and this is the easiest way to disengage yours. If you like this video, then follow.